What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are doing another request video today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. I'm going to try to rapid fire these things, man, because I can feel myself running out of steam. So I'm going to give you an honest guess, an honest price prediction for each of these, where I think they're going in the short term, and maybe what you could expect by the end of July. If I feel like it's relevant to talk about new all-time highs and stuff like that, I will. But let's just keep it short and simple, all right? Hit the like button, subscribe. We're going to go over, I don't know how many coins. The title will say. Maybe 20, maybe 40. I don't know, but I'm going to try to bust them out here, okay? We're going to bust them out, yeah. Here we are on the 22nd of June for MRIA here, sitting at about $0.0011, 21 hours, 19 minutes left in the day. Down 18% this week. You're down more than that since you're high, right? If we're looking at this here from a relative low to a relative high, you're below your 0.5. I really wouldn't be surprised. We were anticipating that you'd find support at the 0.5 and then move up higher, but I wouldn't be surprised if you move lower. Go lower. Go to your golden ratio. Go to 3095, 3086. That's fine. You might find support here. Let's look at the short-term stuff and just see if that's a valid response. You might. You might find support here. I remember I was on Rob's on Crypto Futures stream earlier, and I was saying that the amount of downside you have in comparison to the amount of upside you have, it's really not even worth it. If you're considering buying this thing, I would say you're at the lowest point you've been at since earlier this month, right? This huge drop that you've seen. I think it's a fine price to buy. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we went down to 3009 though, or 3087. Okay, afterwards you'll probably recover, but you're probably going down in the meantime. I am leaning toward the idea that you move down in the meantime, and then you'll likely recover and see new prices. Let's see, from a high to a low, I would anticipate that you go to about 2047, 206, something like that by the end of July. If not there, then higher. 85% of a penny, 1.2 cents, something in that area at the most by the end of July. That's MRIA. You could go higher, of course. I might not be bullish enough on it. That's very possible. Flare is the next one. Fleur. Here we go. Oh yeah, by the way, there's timestamps in the description, in the pinned comment below. Hopefully everybody sees that. 1.66 cents right now, 21 hours, 18 minutes left in the day. Fleur looking pretty furious here from a low to a high, hitting that 382. You probably go lower. You probably do hit the 0.5. A lot of cryptos look like they do want to go lower. Maybe I should let go of my cookie position and just sit in some cash right now. You're probably going to drop down to 6.5%. 6.5%, something like that. Yeah, down to about 1.55 cents. That's my expectation right now. Looking at Flare, a little bit lower. Nothing too crazy though. A little bit lower. Then you'll move up. I would expect that when you move up, you probably will see a high above this by the end of July. Okay, so we're looking at something that's on the lines of, I would think 5 cents or more. 3 cents at the least, but I really do think 5.4 cents to 8 cents is where you're going to go. 8.5 cents. That's Flare. Let's talk about VET now. Let's talk about VChain. Double bottom. Double bottom, yeah. At the lowest, you'll probably interact with this low again, which means that at the most you have a 10% drop to go, but you're probably right at the areas that you'd expect to find support, low to high. Maybe you go down to 1.9 cents. You're at 1.96 cents now, so a little bit lower. And then whenever you do blow up in July, you should be above this high here, going to a relative extension and retracement. Let's just take, we don't have the low, so we're not going to do that actually, but let's just take a high to low here. I would expect VChain will probably see prices around 5.7 cents at a minimum, 12 cents at a maximum by the end of July, okay? VChain, that's my expectation. AI16Z. Wasn't this a good one? And then it, dumped off the freaking planet here. High to low. 96% drop in the middle of a Bitcoin bull market. Crazy, man. Crazy. You're actually looking better than most cryptos right now, though. How much was this from a low to a high? Not a bad pump. Yeah, you're doing all right, man. I'm not worried about this thing at all. 13.4 cents might be where you find support. Perhaps you found your low already. I would think you go a little bit lower, but not too much lower. I mean, man, you could really double bottom off this, or if you go lower, the lowest I'd give you is 11.7 cents, but I don't even think you get down there, man. Honestly, I doubt you go below 14 cents, but if you do 11.7s at the lowest, you'll likely recover, and you likely will return back to these highs. I don't think you'll see new all-time highs by the end of July. We're looking for prices at a minimum around 72 cents to 91 cents, at a maximum $1.25 to $1.72 by the end of July. Yeah, AI16Z. Auction, good old auction, man. Isn't it so disappointing, though? It was so promising, and then it got manipulated, and, well, down we go. That's okay. $8.58. You're probably at a better area to buy than you are to sell. If you just think about it, take these blemishes out, what you've got here is a very well-maintained downtrend, right? That's all it is. You're at the low ends of this downtrend. You'll probably find support soon and then go to the top ends of this downtrend. I would expect that you're going to be around $14 to $15 here pretty soon. By the end of July, you're probably going to be breaking out. I wouldn't be surprised if you're at like $26 to $35, just eyeballing it roughly. I don't even know if this is an appropriate. Let's take this low. I I would bet you're at $25 to $40 by the end of July, if not higher. You've been consolidating for a long time, and auction likes to move with a purpose. If it wanted to, it really could see new all-time highs by the end of July. Maybe you will be at $100 or more, but I'm going to stick with a safe call. You'll probably be most likely around like $30 to $50, okay? If not there, new all-time highs, man, around $100 probably. And if you are to go lower from here, it's insignificant amounts, very, very insignificant amounts. I think you do go lower, but again, insignificant amounts, like probably not below $7.15. You're at $8.57 now, so just hold out a little bit more. CSC, Casino Coin, or is it Casino Coin? No, it's Casino. Daily went down, then up. Somebody bet it all on red. And it was red, and now they're betting on green and potentially losing that battle. We'll see. We're already down 6% on this day. Add an area to bounce on the MACD. Add an area to bounce on the stochastics. Add an area to bounce on the on the RSI. You'll probably bounce soon. Yeah, bullish divergence. No bullish divergence. You can go lower, but you'll probably bounce soon. Low to high here. Yeah, I don't think you go below that low. I don't think you go below that low. But if you do, 4046. Oh, man, that's a huge drop from here. Yeah, you probably don't do that. 4065, 4059 at the most. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if you didn't go lower than that. You're probably near a low point. You will recover. I don't know, though. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe this thing's in the dumps, actually. I take it back. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, actually. I think you go lower. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think this thing's dead in the water. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I wouldn't want to be holding it right now. No offense. Ookie. Ookie. Yep, talking about dead in the water. Probably down almost 100%. Yeah, let's just look at Ookie here. Come on. Load for me. Ookie. Not cookie. Ookie. Is there no Ookie? Did I spell it wrong? Oh, it's Ookie with an I, not an E. I mean, you have just as much volume as you do in your market cap, but I don't know. I don't think that's a good thing, man. Especially on a drop that was 30% this week. Yeah, I don't like it. Terrible. If you have money in here, just understand it's not coming back. Yeah, that's sad, man. Watch this be like the best coin to invest in this cycle. It'll provide like 1,000x from here. Fully diluted valuations there. I don't know anything about it, but the chart sucks. You're the definition of buy low, sell high. I mean, with a coin like this, man, let's just say you're at 190K. Let's pretend that this thing has a chance. If you put $100 in here, and it were to see like $100 million market cap, you could turn $100 into like $100,000. It'd be like more like $50,000. But it's more likely to go to zero than it would be to go to 50,000. But still, if you want to make a play on it, I wouldn't recommend more than like $100 personally. And $100 is not a lot of money, but I wouldn't want to spend any more than that on this thing. Spell USD. I put a spell on you. Didn't we talk about spell? We already talked about spell. I already did spell. We're not going to do spell. I'm sorry, but we did spell yesterday. I wrote it down twice. My bad. Truth is what we're doing, right? Truth. We did spell yesterday. We already talked about it. Yeah, we don't need that. Yep. True. I got too many requests. Too many requests to go through, you guys. I don't like this one either. You're at a low point. You could go lower. I don't know, man. I don't like this. These last three, all of them, no. Just no. No is the answer. GasPass is the next one. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, you are building bullish divergence on the MACD, on the stochastics, not on the RSI, but that's fine. You're probably going to find support soon, right? Coming down. GasPass, huh? Might be a good play. Low to high or high to low. Yeah, buddy. Anybody looking for a meme coin, this one might do well. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not going to take that high. I'm going to take this high. Perhaps you go down a little bit lower. What is that? 1 billion zeros, 415. You go to the whatever, how many zeros that is. I don't care to count it. 415 to 322. You might have lower to go, which it's a meme coin. So, I mean, you can see crazy drops. Yeah, you can go down another 30% or 40%. Find support at this prior area of support, at that area of resistance, and then rally. Will you see new all-time highs or not? I don't know. Probably not if we're thinking about the average meme coin. But if you bought at the golden ratio, I mean, you got like a 4x or more x potential in you. Absolutely. So that's not bad. GasPass. Meta Planet. Somebody asked me for Meta Planet. Yeah, I don't see. We got Meta Platforms. Maybe you mean Meta Platforms. Let's look up Meta Planet here, though. Let's see. Meta Planet. This is where the ticker is much better than giving me the name. Japanese GameStop. Well, I'll tell you what. If this is the one you were talking about, it's not worth talking about. $458. Nope. No. What business do you have? Nope. Don't do that. Stay away. You want to put money in there? You don't need my analysis. It will or it won't, and it probably won't, you know. That's all it is. But Meta, if you're looking at Meta, if that's what you're asking for. High to low. 886 rejection. We'll see down at 627 before breaking out to new all-time highs. Is probably what's going to happen. The more you consolidate here, the better your chances are. Whenever you get above $705, if you haven't gone to 647 or lower at that point, then you're just going higher. You don't need to go down there. Closing a week above $705 is essential to you getting to new all-time highs. When you do see new all-time highs, 833 to 969 is where you're going to go. Probably the latter. You'll be up at like 969 to $900, somewhere in that zone there. I think 969 psychological resistance at $1,000 sounds about right. Meta and Tesla, they probably see like $1,000 at the same time. But again, from this point, I would expect you to go to the golden ratio at about 647 to 627, somewhere in here, and then you move up, right? So going into the end of the year, or no, sorry, going into July, maybe even the next month, you'll probably be moving down. That's my expectation. Yes. XEL. Zealous. Oh, Zealous. That's right. I remember. I was in the talks with someone from Zealous. I forgot, man. I did not get back to them. They probably think I'm so rude. It's not that I'm being rude, man. I'm actually very bad. Ask any of my friends or family. It's something that actually very much annoys them. I'm just very bad at keeping in communication, man. From a low to high. And that's not good for business, I know, but I don't really care. I do what I want, when I want, as I want, and that's how I like it. Low to high, and I probably miss opportunities because of that, right? But I don't know. We're doing all right. Low to high here. 0.4 coming down. You're probably going to go down to about $1. Psychological support at $1 right there at the golden ratio too, from a high to a low. What is that? 90+% drop, baby. If you believe this thing's going to go to new all-time highs, if you're one of those people that believes it's going to go to new all-time highs, then you're at least getting an 11x from here. I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Wouldn't be surprised if you did. I looked into it a little bit. It seems like an interesting project. Just because you're dropping doesn't mean you're in the dumps. I don't like your volume, though. Dropping without volume, I suppose, though, isn't a terrible thing. It's not a bad problem. It's not even a problem. Lower. Dollar. Find support, recover. Where are you going to go when you recover? I don't know. $4, $5, maybe $12, maybe beyond that. You're at a low enough market cap, man, where you could see a 40x. You don't know. I don't know. But it's got a lot of potential, or at the very least, it would perform on average with the rest of the market, which would take you at least to $4, right? Zell. YFI. Yearn Finance. Gotta love some Yearn. What a disappointing project, right? It was doing so well. It was just last cycle it was even worth more than Bitcoin. Just crazy, $90,000, right? Started off lower than Bitcoin too. Big accumulation phase down here. Perhaps it's a distribution phase. We're going to know soon enough. I'm thinking that it's an accumulation phase. We'll probably move up. You're at $4,600 now. I would expect that when you break out of this, probably next month in July, you'll see prices around like 30,000, maybe 23,000, something like that. As far as are you going lower, probably. Yeah, probably. Where will you go to? I wonder. They're all the same, low to high. We'll see you down at about 4,500 to 4,300. At the lowest, 4,000 itself, but I doubt you break through 4,000. YFI. Syrup. Gotta love some syrup, man. Did I already talk about syrup too? Did I write these things down twice? Nope, I did not. Syrup. 44 cents right now. A little bit of recovery today. A little bit of decay yesterday. I still think, man, I'm very much under the impression that you're going to see lower prices. At least 35 cents, at most 27 cents, okay? 35, 27, probably not in that range. It's either 35 cents or 27 cents. It's not anything in between, right? One or the other, okay? So if it goes down here, but then we come back up, does that mean that we're absolved? No, you're not. You're going lower. You're still going to go lower, right? It's probably not going to be in one fell swoop, but it could be. You never know. You'd hope it would, right? You'd hope that it's just one fell swoop and then you can move up. Wouldn't that be nice? But it's probably going to take more time than that. You've moved up at a phenomenal pace, so you're going to take a little bit, probably weeks from now before you start moving up again. But when you do move up, syrup, whenever you do move up, you're going to see prices that are at new all-time highs. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this thing by the end of July, maybe even going into August, because it kind of moves at its own pace. If you're worth like $2, $4, $5, something like that, syrup. At least $2 though, right? At least 2, at most 5. And then by the end of the cycle, who knows, man? This thing's 100xable even from its current price. XLM, Stellar Lumens. We talked about this one today, actually, I think. Didn't I? Yes, I did. I made a video about this one today. I'm going to make sure I did. Hold on. No, I didn't. Nope. Didn't I? I thought I did. Hold on, let me refresh. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong page here. Hold on. If I made a video on it today, I'm not going to talk about it now. But if I did not make a video on it today, then I will talk about it. Right. Oh, I talked about H-bar. I get them confused sometimes. Okay, Stellar Lumens it is. We'll talk about it. 23.5 cents, 21 hours left in the day here if we're looking at this relative low to a relative high. 382 down. Yeah, you'll probably find support right there at about 22 cents. At the lowest, you'll go down to 20 cents, but I doubt you go lower than that. If you were to go lower than that, maybe you see a slightly lower low to find resistance or support right there at that area of resistance at 19.69 cents, okay, at the lowest. But I don't think you do. I think you find support at 22 cents. You'll probably recover. End of July, right? In July, you'll be breaking out of this thing here. You moved up very fast. It took you like 3 weeks to make this move here. I would think by the end of July, Stellar will be around like $1.40 to $2, probably even above like $2 itself. At the most, I'm thinking $2.46, but probably at a minimum $1.40, right? I would very much expect, and the only reason I'm saying this is I just remember I know the analysis that we're expecting, right, from a low to a high here, $1.54. So guess $1.54 is the minimum target. $2.17, but likely $2.46 is where you go. And you could go anywhere and everywhere in between. That's Stellar by the end of July. Will you go lower? Yes, but by like 1.5 cents at the most. XLM, that's you. Whiff is the next one. Get a whiff of this. Dog with hat. How many have we talked about so far? We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to do at least 5 more, man. At least 5 more. Low to high. You're looking productive at the time being. With. What about the daily time frame? Let's see. A little bit lower, okay. A little bit lower. You probably come down and you'll find support either at about 65 cents, between there and 57 cents, but I don't think you go below 57. From there, you should be recovering, and I wouldn't be surprised in the least. Let's see. Let's get a different retracement on here. Hold on. Wouldn't be surprised if WIF ended up at like 265 to 350. I don't think you'll see new all-time highs by the end of July. I don't think so. If you do, barely. Like maybe just barely, but I don't think so, personally. I mean, okay, maybe. Maybe you go to $10. Maybe you do. But at least 260 to 350, at most $10. I suppose I spoke too soon. It is possible you could see new all-time highs, but maybe just barely new all-time highs. At the most $10, though, okay, by the end of July. With NLS, Nolus. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. I don't like it at all. $3 million market cap. You got $45 million or $45,000 in 24-hour volume. No. No. It's giving me serious stay away from this vibes, especially with how much you've dropped. Let's see here. Hold on. I would stay away. Not interested. No offense, NLS. I think you're dead in the water, man. Some projects just are. It's just how it happens. I don't know anything about it. I could be wrong. Maybe this is the most miraculous thing since sliced bread, and it's going to do a 500x from here. But I want no part of that. You're showing some bullishness now. I'm sure you get some kind of wicked volatility. Is it worth it? Maybe. Is it not worth it? Maybe. I mean, just to get up to here, that's doubling the price. That's 100% growth. I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. I'd stay away from it. Nolus. Doesn't interest me, at least. Floki. Floki here. Okay, so Floki did outperform the average coin, if I remember. Let's see, from a low here to a high. Yes, you outperformed the average coin. You're doing about average right now as far as growth goes from the lows of April. Low to high. Got to get that high on there. There we go. Golden ratio. You're in an area to find support. I doubt you go too much lower. You're in an area to find support. Bullish divergence on the stochastics. Bullish, nope, not bullish divergence on the MACD actually. Nope. No bullish divergence on the daily time frame on the RSI either. Maybe you go down to 4 zeros. Is that 4 zeros? I think that's 4 zeros 6. Sorry, 4 zeros 5 6. At least 4062, okay? From there, you'll recover. Will you see new all-time highs? That's a good question. Yes. Yes is the answer. If not new all-time highs, you'll at least get up there. 3027 to 3034. I think you'll see 306 or higher by the end of July. Floki. Gala games, man. Oh my god. Oh man. Yep. I don't know. There's some coins that look like this, but they're slanted upwards. There's some coins that look like this, and they're slanted downwards. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Makes you wonder. Lower. Gallet's dead, you guys. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Maybe I'm wrong. And if the gaming space, the gaming sector takes off, you probably get a good lift up. I wouldn't be surprised if you go lower and then in peak alt season we're moving up. You probably see higher prices than this, but I don't think you'll see higher prices than these. I think you'll continue to just descend into oblivion. Is it at a good price to sell now? No. It probably goes lower though from here. Where's it going to go to? I don't know. Let's take this relative low, actually. 00769, nice. 0097, somewhere in that area. Maybe 0064 to 0059 at the most. And then again, you'll probably recover to prices that are above this, back up to like 4.2 cents, maybe 6 cents itself, somewhere around there. And then you'll pull back down. B3 is the next one. Have we talked about B3 already? No. No, we haven't. B3 should get its own video. And you just keep making lower lows though, man. The gaming sector is getting destroyed, guys. I think B3 is an interesting project, but man, if I'm the only one that thinks that, it's not really worth anything, is it? From a low to a high, let's see. Right at the 1886200. Okay. Right at the 1272. See, I'm more kind on B3 because it just came out, right? The other one has been in a descending trend for a long time. Gallet, this is a bit different because it's new, so it has a chance. Oh, and you have bullish divergence, man. If you were to find support, this would be right where you would do it. I would really like it if you found support here, man. I don't know if you do, though. You look like you're at the area to find support, so find support, man. Do it. Do it. Move back up to 005, 0055. I think B3 will move up over the coming days. That's my expectation. Ending the month, going into next month, you will. And then by the end of July, you should be at new all-time highs. How high? I don't know, man. You should be up at, I would think, something at like 2 cents to 5 cents. Probably 2 cents, though. 2 cents, if not at least 1.3 cents is my guess. Okay, B3. XVG. Verge. Higher lows. I like it. Not bad. You're going to find support soon, if not already. What's Bitcoin doing? Chilling. What's Cookie doing? Dumping. XCN dumping too. All right. Verge. XVG. You probably move down to about 2041. Find support there at the 786, and then you'll continue to move up. It is possible that you find support here, but I think that's what you're going to do. By the end of July, we should see, and I think you'll see a massive, absolutely massive recovery, okay, going into the end of July. You'll probably be up at about 1.2 cents, 1.1 cents, somewhere around there at a minimum. No, higher. 1.6 cents at a minimum. If not, new relative highs from December. 1.6 cents at a minimum, 1.7. I'd say 1.7 cents. Let's go with 1.7 cents to 3.5 cents. You could go higher, but I'm just going to keep it at that. Be surprised with higher prices. It's not bad to be surprised. We'll do WorldCoin, and then we'll end it there, okay? WorldCoin. My goodness, this coin, man. By the way, I think Sam Altman, if this was run by somebody with integrity, maybe it would have a chance, but I don't think you got the right people in charge of this, man, honestly. Maybe though, we'll see. You had a nice recovery here. Where you are bouncing, I like where you're bouncing. 78 cents at the lowest. If you're at 85 cents now, if you drop 78 cents at the lowest, maybe 61 cents at the lowest, get a double bottom, but I doubt you do. I bet you find support around here. You'll continue to move up. You'll break out of this downtrend. You will not see new all-time highs by the end of July, but you will return to your golden ratio. 360 to 470. At the most, 860, 840 by the end of July. Will you see new all-time highs by the end of the cycle? Maybe. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, I'm not counting on it. I don't know. It's possible. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If there's any of these coins that stood out to me, that interested me, like I was to buy, I'd have to do more research on Zealous. I think GasPass interests me a little bit, but it's too far. It's too far up the chain right now for me to consider to buy it. I would think it'd have to drop more, but if you wanted to DCA in there, you know, don't let me stop you. I mean, MRIA might be the best one, honestly, guys. Stellar Lumens, of course, too, right? I'd say MRIA, Stellar Lumens, GasPass. Those are the three that interest me the most. Verge looks good too. Let's be fair. Actually, Verge looks good too. That doesn't mean that those will perform the best, but those are the ones that I'm considering. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.